The feeling around St Andrews at Knighthead Park is no longer frustration, it's emptiness. What was meant to be a statement season has quietly unravelled into something far more sobering. Back-to-back promotion wasn't a dream internally, it was an expectation after two aggressive transfer windows backed by Knighthead's financial strength. But the table tells a different story. Birmingham never truly looked like a top six side when it mattered. The gap between spending and performance has exposed something deeper than bad luck. It's highlighted structural issues in recruitment, adaptation, and squad balance. Now the conversation has shifted. This isn't about minor adjustments anymore, it's about a reset. The summer of 2026 won't be optional change, it will be enforced correction, where expensive signings that haven't delivered must be moved on, whether due to tactical mismatch or simply not coping with the demands of the championship. The weight of expectation has turned several high-profile arrivals into problems. Players who built their reputations in less demanding leagues have struggled with the pace and physicality week after week. Others never fully adapted to Chris Davies' possession-heavy system, where off-the-ball discipline and positional awareness are essential. The result is a squad that looks strong on paper but inconsistent on the pitch. Now the board faces a difficult but unavoidable decision. Do they stick with players on high wages, some earning around £17,500 a week despite limited impact, or accept financial losses to build a more balanced and effective squad? This goes beyond football. It's a financial reset tied directly to the club's long-term stability and credibility. At the centre of this situation is Kyogo Furuhashi, the £10 million signing from Rennes, whose season has been cut short by injury and never came close to justifying his fee or reputation. He's become the symbol of a transfer strategy that promised immediate impact but delivered inconsistency. And according to reports from Football League World, he won't be the only one moving on. A list of potential departures is already taking shape. Phil Neumann, the German centre-back, is attracting interest from Serie A after a mixed but marketable season. Lee Buchanan is another likely exit, having lost his place following a serious ACL injury and the emergence of Kai Wagner. Kanya Fujimoto's situation is equally telling, a technically gifted player limited to brief substitute appearances despite his wage level. Scott Wright, currently on loan at Dundee, appears to have no route back after ongoing injury issues. And then there's Marvin Duksch, one of the few productive attackers, now drawing attention from clubs like AEK Athens and Real Sociedad, making him both a sporting loss and a financial opportunity. Each of these cases reflects a different part of Birmingham's reset. Neumann represents a chance to recover value quickly. Duksch is a more strategic decision, one of the few players who could bring in a meaningful fee. Lee Buchanan and Scoot Wright fall into a different category. Their situations are shaped more by injuries than failure, but in a league as demanding as the Championship, availability matters as much as ability. Fujimoto sits somewhere in between. His quality is clear, but the system hasn't suited him, and his wage makes his limited role hard to justify. For Birmingham, this is about cutting inefficiencies and redirecting resources towards players who can cope with the demands of the league week in, week out. Now the question turns to the supporters. Which of these players would actually be missed, and which departures feel overdue? Is this the necessary pain of building a smarter, more sustainable Birmingham City, or a sign that the project has already lost its direction? And when it comes to Kyogo, was he truly the biggest disappointment of the Knighthead era, or simply the clearest victim of poor timing and bad luck?